Okay, I don't know if I can get too much lighting now because I'm outside. When someone's in a relationship, they have to say hi, how are you? It has to warm up. There has to be a warm up part. If somebody just goes and jumps on somebody, it's too eager. First of all, it's too risky. And with the disease and AIDS and with what goes on out there, if you don't get checked first, if you don't find out if somebody has maybe a past lifestyle issue, this is what dating's really about. Most people don't want protection. Most people don't really think about it. So if you plan on dating at some point or dating now, wear protection. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't think about the consequences until down the road. If it gets too hot and it's too much too fast, a lot of people get burned and hurt in ways that I don't think it's worth getting hurt over. So what I would suggest is if you're dating or you're trying to get to know someone, maybe start by going out and getting a cup of coffee. Start by going out to dinner. Don't jump in the sack too fast. And be careful who you take your advice from, because if somebody is jumping into a relationship too fast, see, that to me says a lot of things, that they're too easy, they're too fast.
Excuse
And
me. How you doing tonight?
hey, how are you?
Okay. You ever get the money back?
Huh?
You got paid already?
No, not till Tuesday.
Okay.
I'll make sure. I mean, I don't know. Do you live there?
Yeah, I just come up to the coffee shop here. You'll see me in a cup of coffee or something. Okay?
Okay. A lot of people, what they do is they jump into a relationship too fast. They don't get to know someone. A lot of times people are into one night stands that I don't think is appropriate at all. I think the one night stand is the problem. And the promiscuous sex, let's hit it hard. When someone's that promiscuous, it sends the wrong message. It tells a lot of people that they're not really serious about dating and they're just playing the field. And I'll be honest with you, once you outgrow playing the field, once you outgrow all that, once you get old enough, you realize that responsibilities are priority. And the chase is fun until it's, when you get responsible and you have to pay bills and you have a family to think of. And there are a lot of people out there that are still playing chase, and it's fun as long as someone knows the rules to the game. And this is why home-based therapy is good for someone who grew up in an abusive home or an abusive home life or had an abusive marriage or relationship. The reason I don't talk about therapy the way I'm talking about it now is because a lot of people forgot they either had a traumatic childhood or traumatic situation in their life that they might have to learn how to play, or maybe because it's not hard to pick up a game. It's hard to get to know somebody after a bad event, a bad experience. Uh, Certainly, some of us have had tremendous losses, and some of us obviously don't know anyone really well until you get to know someone or you get to know to talk to someone. Assumptions aside, a lot of people make assumptions about a lot of people that don't even take the time to get to know each other. It starts by writing a letter, a card, sending a gift card is a nice way of saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of you." hmm Sending a sweet gift, warming up a nice conversation, writing a letter, saying nice things to each other, talking about nice things. Because a lot of times, I think what happens is a lot of negative relationships, a lot of people say things that are just not positive, and it's a turnoff. And if you all talk negative towards one another, there's a lot of things that can be done just by simply saying, "Hi, how are you?" It's that simple. It's not that hard. A lot of times we make it much harder than it's supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people that have their issues, and there's some things we got to get past really quickly. Like when I was younger, there were some things going on in Washington, D.C. What I was concerned about is the story of Pizzagate, because it impacts a lot of people. There's a lot of people that grew up in a very bad situation and had some were impacted personally by abuse and child abuse. That it is very much a real reality for some people. Child abuse and growing up in an abusive environment or watching it on TV. That's why they have PG ratings. That's why parents need to preview the TV shows, preview the music your kids are listening to. Pay attention. Be a parent. Sometimes being a parent means doing your homework. So there's some things to that, and child sexual abuse is one of them. Outgrowing some childhood issues and growing up and over time maturing and asking questions, asking the right questions, so that you don't have to repeat that cycle.